Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Danielle. For those of you who do not know me, hi, welcome. I'm so glad you stopped by today. Today we are doing my rapid fire reviews of some of the recent palettes I have gotten. And we're just gonna go through these and talk about the pros, the cons, how I feel about these palettes, what I think of them, just all the stuff, because I have several palettes here that we need to talk about, that you guys have seen me do looks with, that you guys have seen me play with here on my channel, that I'm probably going to play with more here on my channel, but we are going to talk about these palettes. So the first one is the Mar Palette by Colourpop. It looks like this. I will be having a 3 looks 1 palette with this video up soon. I'm not sure. It's not going to be next week. It's probably going to be the following. But there is one that I do have planned, just so you guys know. Let's talk about this palette. This palette, I love the colors. I wish the mattes were not so firmly pressed in this palette. I feel like in other Colourpop palettes, they're not as firmly pressed. And in this one, they're just so firmly pressed. And I wish they weren't. The shimmer shades are a little on the chunky side in my opinion. You do need to use your finger to apply these, which is not a problem for me. I know some people cannot stand using their finger to apply the shimmer shades, but I feel like these just work better when you use your finger. I know I've used it with a brush. I wet the brush. It kind of works, but I feel like they apply it so much better with your finger. This shade... This green here, it is, I think, My Way. It is like a satin. You can use it as a matte if you want to. I think this shows it better. You see that? But I don't know. It's weird on my eye. But it's also one of my favorite shades. I think I like the color of it a lot, but it's one of those shades that it's kind of like it works, but it's not perfect. I don't know if I'm explaining that well. Overall, I do like this palette. I do, however, wish there was maybe one more matte shade. So to me, this has 2 kind of satin shades, 1, 2, 3, 4 like shimmer shades, and 1, 2, 3 mattes. I wish one of the shimmers or one of the satin shades was a matte. I feel like that would really help this palette out a lot, but that's just me. I mean, you can still create several different looks even just with the mattes that you have here in this palette. I'm trying to think what else I want to say about this one. It's not one that I feel like you're going to feel like you missed out if you don't pick up. For me, I couldn't resist it. It reminded me of that Urban Decay palette, and I didn't pick that up, and I was like, this is more in my price range, so I'm gonna pick it up. I do enjoy it. I just wish, again, that it had one more matte. That's just my opinion on this one. Next, let's talk about the Face Candy Atlantis palette. You guys have seen me do 3 looks 1 palette. I've played with this palette a lot. I enjoy the color story of this palette. One thing I will say is the shadows. If you are not somebody who likes powdery shadows, you are not going to enjoy this. This is a messy palette when you apply. Can you tell it's messy in the palette? It's just one of those, it's a powdery formula. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that one. It just is. The shimmer shades, you can apply these with a brush. I did every time I used it. They worked okay. I would just say this one is like a glitter. You are going to need a glitter glue for that one. You are going to probably need to use your finger for that one because, yeah, it just does not work any other way. I do like that there are several mattes in this. I like that there are different kind of gradients within like the same kind of color family. I just think it's a really fun palette, and I do like that you could even like do looks down this way if you really wanted to, or even across the rows. But yeah, it's very powdery, but it's one that I do absolutely enjoy kind of playing with. I'm kind of glad that a company did go out and dupe the Tarte April Fool's joke palette, because that's just, yeah. Tarte, you could have had it. You could have had us all back with you, but you know, you missed the mark. So this is one that again, it's not that you need it in your collection. If you're a fan of blues and greens, kind of like I am, I would definitely say pick this up. But if you're not a fan of these colors, if these are colors that you are never going to wear, you don't need it in your collection just to say that you have it. I'm going to be pretty blunt about that, because some people who are saying they wanted this, I'm like, you do a lot of neutral looks. Are you really going to grab this palette? It's something to think about, but it's pretty. The next one is one that I really do enjoy, and it is the BH Cosmetics Weekend Festival palette. I have created lots of looks with this palette. Okay, we're going to talk about my favorite shades. I love Palooza and Trance. I love Neon, that green right there, and I love Ultimate. Those are favorite shades, but I also like Hippie and Swag. I don't know. I love the color story here. I like that you have some neutrals, but I also like that you have some very colorful shades. I like the formula of this one. I'm pretty happy with it. I feel like you get a lot of color payout with the mattes. This shade, Electric, you do kind of have to work up with it. The metallics work okay on a brush if you wet it. Solstice, however, is one that I definitely think that you need to use your finger with. Some of these probably will show up better with your finger, if I am completely 100% honest. But overall, I find that this is a decent palette, and I think that this would be good for somebody who does like to do neutral looks but also kind of likes to play with color, because it has both in it. And it has a lot of fun shimmer shades, but also like Solstice, Boho, Magical, Flash, Trixie. They're all kind of shades that work with neutral looks as well. And then you have some of your more fun metallic shades, and you have some very neutral matte shades to kind of fill it out and help you to really create looks that you're comfortable with, whereas you can also go and do something very colorful. This is a palette I really do enjoy, and I recommend getting from BH Cosmetics. It's one that I feel very comfortable recommending, and one that I have really enjoyed. So this one gets an A+ from me. Then we're going to talk about the Alamar Cosmetics Reina del Caribe Eyeshadow Palette Volume 1. And I'm wearing this on my eyes today. Can I just say, I absolutely love the shimmer shades in this. I love them. I love the metallic-y, shimmery shades. They are beautiful. Definitely use your finger with these. They just work so much better. This shade right here, also La Costa, I like to use as an all-over face highlight. I think it works beautifully as that. It looks really good on my skin tone, and I love it. The mattes, they're a little bit powdery. Some people don't like that. Again, I don't mind powdery mattes. They are very nice also, in my opinion. I feel like I get a lot of payoff with the pigmentation, and I'm very impressed with this palette, and I can't wait to see what volume 2 is, because if it's not in a BoxyCharm, I might buy the next one, because if it is to this standard, oh my gosh, yes, because I absolutely love this. I also like the color story in it. I like it. I like the green and the blue. I like the Guantanamera shade right here. Oh, I just think, yes, great quality. And if you didn't get this in your BoxyCharm, I would really consider picking it up, because it is pretty freaking amazing. So this one also gets an A+ from Danielle. Okay. Are you ready for this, you guys? We're going to talk about the Take Me Back to Brazil palette. This one I'm going to say somewhere in the range of a C- and a B. I'm just going to be honest. I do not at all like these white shades. I think they should have gone with a matte white and left one as like kind of the white highlight shade. I think that would have been very useful in this palette versus two shimmery white shades that, what am I going to do with that? Like, let's be real. I know people have kind of commented on that. The black is an okay shade in my opinion. There are amazing shades in this, and then there are some that aren't so amazing. I am not a fan of some of the shimmery formula, like shimmery ones. I think they take forever to build up. But the mattes, they're decent. They're okay. Some are better than others. Some you have to really work with. I just don't feel like this palette is 100% across the board. And I was really, I think part of the issue, and when I talk about the next palette, I think part of the issue is that this was so hyped on YouTube. I had really high expectations and it kind of flopped. I also wish the pan sizes were a bit bigger. They're okay. They're not, I don't know. I just feel like brushes, let's see, like the brush is almost as big as the pan, and that kind of bugs me. I don't know. I like to have a little bit bigger pan size. That's my own personal preference. Like, I know not everyone's going to agree with that one. But some of these take a while to build up, and I definitely recommend using like the NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk as a base for these to really get those colors to pop and to really have the super, super bright looks that you're probably looking for if you're using a palette like this. But other than that, it's an okay rainbow palette. And I love rainbow palettes, and I probably will use this more, but it's not my favorite rainbow palette in my collection. I'm just going to say that. I don't know that everyone needs this either. Unpopular opinion? Probably. It's okay. That was hard to say about that one because I had really high hopes. Now for the final one, we're going to talk again about the Zodiac palette. I know if you watched my video on items that did not meet expectations, this one totally didn't. I am a fan of these baked shadows around it. The mattes for me are a flop. And here's my thing. I don't know, because I've watched other people's tutorials and videos and things, and this shade for some people works out completely fine. These shades work out completely fine. These shades work out completely fine. I don't know if it's my palette and something is off with it, but I just find that they do not blend. Like, to me, this is not the best example of BH Cosmetics, like, quality. And I kind of feel like something's off with mine. I don't know what. I don't know if it's too firmly pressed, but this does not come off. The shade under Capricorn does not come off how I see it come off for other people. And I'm a fan of BH Cosmetics. You guys know I have a ton of BH Cosmetics palettes in my collection. I really do enjoy them. Will I use this again? Yeah, I probably will. I really think it's a beautiful palette for the fall. But is it going to be my most absolute always reach for palette? Right now, no. I don't know. I'll probably play with these baked shimmer shades and stuff, but I don't know. I might pull out different mattes. I do really enjoy these four mattes here. I really like them. I think they're very nice quality. I just feel like some of the brown tones and the black are just a little off. And I know that that is a very unpopular opinion here on YouTube, but I have to be honest and with how I feel about certain products, and just two of the palettes I got from BH Cosmetics are just not what I thought they were going to be. I had so much more hope for the Take Me Back to Brazil and the Zodiac palette that I think I hyped it up too much in my mind, and I was let down. So that's where I am with those. Well, if you guys have any of these palettes in your collection, can you let me know what you think? Do you agree with my opinion? Do you not agree with my opinion? It's completely okay for you to have a differing opinion. I'm fine with that. Please give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. You guys, my giveaway is going to be up soon. Ah! I have one more thing to add to it, and then it will be up. So I hope you guys are excited about that. You do need to be subscribed for that giveaway. I'm just gonna let you know that, so please do subscribe. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I do hope you have a wonderful day, night, wherever you are, and bye!